I am opening a portal. Come on in. Yes, here we are. Boom. Portal open.
And final question I'll ask. Do you live here, or did you come here from somewhere else?
This is where I saw the shadows on that first day.
What end? That end or this end?
That way.
This end?
That way. I was standing here and I thought Rachel was behind me in the doorway, and she was actually over there. Yeah. And this is the back area where I heard a loud bang, and it seems to be the same direction that she's hearing something from. I can't even see anything with this anymore.
What? Ooh, is that open?
That door is open.
Why is that open?
That was
wasn't
not
before.
open before. Here's another open door.
It's open?
It's open.
Does this feel like we're being led somewhere?
Well, it does now.
Is Holly smarter than me? Is that Morse code for no? Dylan?
Nope.
That was your name, again.
Okay, so we were doing a little bit of an experiment in here where we had basically all of our crew come in here for 15 minutes alone. Lights were off and basically do whatever they wanted. I came in and sat on the stage here and was putting on probably the worst performance that's ever been in this place. But what I asked the spirits in here, whoever was in here, I kind of wanted to see if I could make something happen. So I asked them to move that card up there. That's stuck on the ceiling there, that has apparently been there for a while and no one knows how it's sticking up there. I asked them about it and to help me move it and to maybe take it down so that, hey, tonight can be the night that would fall down. So I had a flashlight in my hand and I looked up, and these kind of wooden panel lighting, they're all still right now, except that guy right up there was swaying back and forth. So you know the place. Should that have been happening? Is there air conditioning here? Is there ventilation? Is there anything that would have caused that to go back and forth?
Those are really heavy. They're anchored through the ceiling. There's no reason for those to move. I can't see, unless you had doors open, which you didn't, correct?
Oh.
There's no doors to the outside. I can't explain why that would move. There has to be an explanation.
We hope.
And also, why would just one move? I don't understand why that. If there was any air moving that strongly in here, you'd probably hear it, for one thing.
Sure, yeah.
And why would it only move one?
Well, that's what I was kind of curious about, because, you know, we see the vent kind of holes up here.
That would be for the air conditioning when we run it. And
Sure.
there isn't any running.
So in theory, though, if you turn on the air conditioning, it's all coming out at once, right?
And even when it's on, those don't move.
That's bizarre.
Nothing moves up there when the air is running.
So this is the first time you've ever heard of something like
The
that
first
moving?
time I've ever heard of that.
I don't know if I should apologize or be excited about it.
I'm a little concerned now. I'm thinking, do I have to go up and check the anchors of that light to see if it's maybe not secure?
Well, I'm going to ask them again tonight, so if it moves again, I'll let you know.
Please do.
If it falls, you'll hear from us very soon.
Well, yeah.
Paul was telling me something about the ghost light. Can you explain to me what exactly that is? Because I've heard the term loosely before in kind of a theater setting. What's the deal with the ghost light?
They haven't been using one here, although maybe we should start. There is a history of a ghost light on stage. The practical reason for it is that when the last person who leaves the theater would put a single light bulb on a stand in the middle of the stage.
Right, okay.
And the practical reason for that is that so if anybody did come in the dark, they're not going to fall into the orchestra pit or trip
Right.
on something,
Yes.
and it's not hazardous. The other side of it is a superstition that a lot of theaters have a belief that there are ghosts, and there are ghosts in theaters, and they often haunt theaters. And it is a way of appeasing the ghosts by leaving a light on. Partly just, again, so the ghost has some light, some illumination, but maybe there's also theories that the ghosts then do their own performances
When no one's here.
around the ghost light.
That's interesting. Maybe we can rig something up tonight and
Yeah.
put it there and leave it there. Cool, thank you so much. I really appreciate
very
that.
welcome.
I'm both glad and fearful at the fact that that hasn't moved until we got here.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I'm concerned.
I probably shouldn't be standing under this. This is probably a really bad idea. But, oh, that guy's really going. So the light that was moving like crazy for me yesterday is moving again. So we're in here watching that back one, and this guy starts moving again. And there's no ventilation that's on, because you do see the air conditioning ducts kind of everywhere. None of them are on. And you can see, like, there's ventilation vents way up there for their air conditioning and their heating. If they were on, which they're not, and they were running, they're all kind of equally placed, so all 8 of these lights should be moving at the same kind of pace. This guy's just circling. It's gaining momentum.
Leaving that door open.
Well, let's go see. There's a door down here. See if there's any sort of draft. There's nothing I can feel. So I'm still gonna close this. Yeah, there's no air coming through there. See, the only thing, because they do have some heaters here, like, there's a slight bit of heat coming out of this. All of their heating and air conditioning ducts and vents are in the exact same placement everywhere. So they're evenly distributed, meaning that if there was air coming through, all of these should be doing the exact same thing. But they're not. And that's what's super weird about this. And we were in here earlier, and none of these were moving.
So, Rachel and I were just sitting monitoring the CCTVs, and she had a fantastic idea. She turns to me and she goes, I want to see the captain's chair up on the stage.
Exactly how I said it.
And I was like, let's go move it.
So we did.
So we did. So we've brought the captain's chair up here onto the stage. We've taken off the rope a little bit to welcome the spirit to come and sit. Perhaps he's tired of being at the back of the theater, and he would like to be up front. We've also got this cute little vibration detector here. So we're hopeful that if we're not in here and somebody were to walk by, you can see how it detects vibrations through this device right here. And then it causes it to light up over here, so you can visually see if there's any movement. The other thing that we did, which I thought was cute, is we heard them talking about the ghost light earlier. So we've set up one of our flashlights to be a ghost light. And we are hopeful that the spirits will perform for us this evening. I think it was a brilliant idea.
I think it was too.
Yeah, it's lovely. So now we can just go sit in the audience and they'll perform for us.
I hope so.
That's my idea.
Some interpretive dance from us, maybe.
I think
What
that'd
is
be
that?
lovely. This
And why is it on stage?
is the captain's chair. We thought maybe they'd like to perform for us tonight. What do you think? That's a good look. You okay, Dylan?
Sure. When I was up here yesterday, I kind of spent a lot of time setting the chair back to normal so that the captain wouldn't be, uncomfortable or mad because Paul kind of sat in it and messed up the pillows. No, this is great. That's fine.
Oh, I hadn't realized people had messed around with it yesterday. Huh.
Yeah, I tried my hardest to...
Well, maybe
Okay.
this is where he wants it. I wouldn't
Did you
want-
ask him?
No.
I don't feel like a captain would be too pleased if you...
Think about it this way. If you had been seen performing, and he's been seen on stage with a lantern,
Right.
and nobody would pay attention to you, and you would grab their ankles and such, like an angry spirit would, and then they stuck you in the back corner out of the way, would you not rather be front and center and be able to perform again? Rachel's idea.
Yes. What? You could sit in it.
I refuse to sit in that chair.
Oh, it's so comfy.
Oh, I'm sure
You
it is.
sat in the chair?
No, I wouldn't dream of doing it. But you're experienced and I'm not. Right.
So what are you hoping to have happen here?
Well,
Are you trying to, so your intentions are to allow him to perform?
we are setting the stage for a performance. And actually, you know what, we should get one of those laser grids and set that up too.
Okay,
'Cause-
so it's not malicious?
No.
Okay. All right.
Why would you be malicious?
Who's our co-host?
Yeah, where is he?
This building was built on top of a cemetery, an old cemetery. So if there are any spirits here, guess where they're coming from. So I thought I'd try and get as close to them as possible, which would be the basement of this building. So yeah, here I am. And I didn't come alone. Sure, Tabor's here. But Tabor doesn't have a direct line, as far as I know, to the other world. And if he does, you're getting a raise. I brought the ghost box because last night we had some freaky stuff happen with the ghost box again. And I am in the scientific mode of trying to create and recreate and see if we can find a rational explanation for why the ghost box is behaving the way it has been behaving ever since the Dorchester jail when it's me. It doesn't behave this way when Dylan's holding it, really, or when Holly's holding it. Although if I'm holding it and I touch Holly, last night it behaved that way. So I'm going to see, when Tabor has an interesting theory about this, or he noticed something that we hadn't noticed that we might talk about later. But for now, I'm just going to see, if anything happens. Does somebody want to speak to me tonight? Apparently not. Does somebody want to speak to Dylan Garland tonight? So I'm just going to mute that for a second. It's always Dylan. It's me holding it, but it's always Dylan that it seems to react to. Dylan's name. Interesting. So Tabor noticed something last night when he heard, again, the sort of pattern, what Holly calls the chanting almost, coming from the ghost box. And Tabor's a musician, as I was once. I didn't pick up on this, but he did, and it has something, I think, to do with the beat. And I find it very interesting. I'm going to let Tabor explain what that is, because if it's true, it's actually pretty creepy. So what did you notice, Tabor, when you were listening to it over and over again last night?
So the main thing I noticed when we were listening to the ghost box is that the ghost box outputs whatever it's chanting in a pattern of 6. So 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it drifts in and out to different phrases. It'll lose one syllable, gain another, and then the message will transform or rotate, move as it goes on. But it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2. And you know that 6 is not a good number.
No.
In our business, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, when it just happened there, did you hear that again? The same 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
5, 6?
it's still a pattern of 6. When it's outputting the radio signal, the temperature gauge beeping is on top of that. It's not connected rhythmically,
Right.
but the radio is still in a pattern of 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If only it was 5/4, it'd be like Dave Brubeck or something. But
Yeah.
no, we've got a pattern of 6. All right. Well, we're okay. Good. Let's test that theory. Let's see if we can crank it up again, and I will see if this thing works. Is this syncopated time? It's like a Sting album or something, some weird pop rock timing signature. Can you let us hear that now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up, down. 1, 2, 3. Now it's back. It's no rhythm's gone.
All right. Let's turn it up a bit. Do you want to speak? I was going to say Dylan Garland. It's almost reading my mind now. Oh, and that was Dylan's voice coming through in the walkie-talkie, and it's now going cuckoo for coconuts. So, you're here to buy a ticket to the paranormal circus that is Haunted Season 3?
I am, yeah, but I'm curious though. You know how some live event tickets come with like a no laser pointers, no video recording, no stuff like that. You look like the kind of man that has something to tell me around those lines.
You know what our ticket comes with? No refund. So I go down to the basement because we've been having trouble with one of our ushers. Okay, this metaphor has gone as far as it's going to go. With the ghost box, and I thought I'd switch it up because the burial ground is down there, so getting close allegedly to where people might be buried. Not doing anything, and Tabor will back me up on this. Zero Tabor, right? No taunting, nothing. Just totally ghost box, me and you. I'm just going to turn you on, see if there's anything you want to do, anybody you want to talk to. And so I ran a few names by it more than once. Hey, ghost box, or whoever's out in the ether. All the way from, it could be the Archangel Michael to Lucifer to everybody in between. You never know. Just anybody. Do you want to talk to me? No, doesn't want to talk to me. Do you want to talk to Holly? No, nothing. Do you want to talk to Dylan? Every time I asked, beep, 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 and Tabor, and then I bring Tabor in. Now, Tabor will back, am I telling the truth here, Tabor? We have this on video.
You are telling the truth.
And so then I bring Tabor in, and Tabor's standing next to me, and I go, look, explain the theory of the 6s, and he goes, and so then I go, do you wish to speak to Dylan? And Tabor starts counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can hear it when an actual musician starts to go with the syncopation. I mean, that's the end of my story. So I was running a field test tonight, and I think whatever it is, unless we can find some rational explanation for all the stuff that's going on with this, I'm going to do two things. One, I'm putting this away.
Cool.
And two, I think something wants to talk to you, or interact with you, or communicate with you, and you can interpret that however you want, good, bad, or indifferent, but I think you are the
Conduit.
I was going to say bait, but attraction. You could be the play. You could be what it's come here to see for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because Holly and I are jaded. We've been at this too long.
Well, there could also be this option too, which hear me out on this. I showed yesterday. I did a little show
Oh, right.
in the theater, and what I did that most of us haven't done was I showed the ghost some respect. So perhaps maybe.
Well, two things. One, when you say most of us hasn't done that, that includes you as well, because you haven't been showing it any real respect up until now.
No, I'm including myself.
And two, that doesn't explain. I mean, that's a good thought. I like your thinking. It's very positive, but it also doesn't explain the activities in the Dorchester jail or ghost fly. So maybe showing it respect, but I think it was doing it before then. So, but that's good. It's good that you are, because maybe you can make peace with whatever it is. I don't know whatever it is. And you've been doing some research on the ghost box, by the way, right? And
Yes.
have you found any reason, technologically, or anybody else who seems to have had it behave in the way that we're having it behave?
No. The short answer to that is no. I looked, because I am curious. Like this machine is supposed to act one way, and we are getting consistency in terms of how it is not supposed to act. I can't. It's almost like if I found something, I'd be like, okay, I found something, so other people are having this problem. But when you don't find anything, it's like, okay, this problem doesn't exist as of right now. So this is a first-time issue. Take that as you will.
And I am the conduit through the ghost box, through me, but it's you. You've noticed the lights moving. Mm-hmm. You seem to be, here at least, the focal point so far on our second night of activity, including the ghost box, wanting to talk to you, but also you seem to have experienced things. I haven't really experienced anything, except ghost box related, as related to you.
Yep.
But you, the thing with the thing moving up there, and the last night, the breath.
Yeah, that was
behind you.
weird. That was unnerving.
Yeah. So the show, the play, whatever you want to call it, is Dylan related. It's like Dylan Goes to Georgetown. That's the play we're in tonight. So let's play that. Let's put you in front and center.
Okay.
It's not that Holly and Rachel and Chelsea and me and Tabor and Jim don't have other things to do. We will continue to do our thing. But you might be the focus of activity tonight, my friend.
So it's like that famous scene in Jurassic Park where it's like, well, if you want to see the T-Rex, you put out the goat.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that. And actually, Jurassic Park's not really in my wheelhouse, but sure, in the world that you think in, are you the
I'm not the T-Rex.
So you're the goat. All right. You are the greatest of all time at ghost bait. That's the goat. All right.
Yes,
so
okay.
we will do something like that, and I may play around a bit more myself with Ghostbox tonight, just to see if I can get it off camera, not being audio recorded, like nobody around. It's just me and the Ghostbox. See if it does it when I'm all alone, and if it does, I'll let you know. If it doesn't, I will let you know, because then it's like, well, maybe it's not just me. Maybe I have to be with you, or occasionally Holly. It needs more. Again, that makes it even weirder, because it should behave the same way when I'm alone as it does when I'm with one of you guys, particularly, mostly you, or even when I'm with Tabor and it's saying Dylan, I want Dylan, when it reacts to the name. So if it's not behaving in that way when I'm alone, then that's very odd too. And then you put that in the stew and sort of figure out what it tastes like.
Yep.
You had the ghost metaphor. That's the best I could think of.
That's good.
All right. So go off and do what you're going to do, and I'll go experiment some more with this. The box office, though, is still open. So let's see who shows up.
I don't like this.
So let's see if we can have some fun tonight, right? Everybody Wang Chung. Everybody have some fun. It's an 80s reference. Don't know if you get that. Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody who cares? Would you like to speak to me tonight? Give me a fright. If you want to come down and scare me, then scare me. If you want to come down and communicate, whoa, okay, that was cold right around the throat.